Cynthia, if you want to go ahead and we are now up on YouTube, so we need to behave ourselves. Good evening, Chag Sameach, Happy Hanukkah. Cynthia, if you will mute us all, please. And then we will start our singing. Cynthia, if you want to go ahead and mute us.
I tried.
Or you guys can just mute yourself.
There you go.
Great. Let's start with this one. Ya da 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 ya da da ya da 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 ya da da ya la just the nigun ya da 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 ya da da ya da da ya da da ma tovu oh halecha Yaakov mishkenatecha Yisrael bani bero chastecha ahavo beitecha la 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 ya na na ya na 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 We are celebrating with Hanukkah the rededication of the temple during the time of the Maccabees, when there had been a 3-year-long war in which our people were fighting to defend the right to do and to be Jewish. And we mark this with the lighting of candles and bring ourselves together in community with each other. And over the course of these nights of Hanukkah, we have been so grateful that different folks have been coming to do some readings and sharing a little bit about their kind of story and moment and what Temple Emmanuel has meant for them. So tonight, we're going to hear from Olivia Steinberg, who is our engagement coordinator, and Barbara Zucker on behalf of our membership committee. So Barbara and Olivia, if you will each just take a moment to talk about what Temple Emmanuel and your involvement has meant to you. And then there's a reading that you all can follow along if you'd like, if you have the readings at home, and Olivia and Barbara will take us through those readings whenever you two are ready.
Barbara, would you like for me to share first?
Sure.
The share for tonight. So my share is about connection and how connection is essential to our survival and our well-being. And membership and engagement is transforming and igniting our community by creating those opportunities for authentic engagement, whether they be newfound friendships or shared experiences. And what my work means to me is that I'm able to help build that fertile ground for those connections to take place by creating this membership ecosystem that is based around communication, around caring, and around involvement. And I've been so honored over the past months to watch all of us connect in ways and by means that this year, last time, we would have not even maybe dreamed of them. And our ability to connect with one another is truly without bounds. Barbara?
I could not agree more. So about 4.5 years ago, my husband and I moved here, and we've lived other places as well. This became almost immediately the most amazing congregation of people that we had ever come across in the other places we lived. And it was people on the membership committee that really reached out. It was Regina, it was Lori, and then through them, I met people who do the same thing I do or have interests similar to what I have. And so being on the membership committee, to me, is just a way for me to try to engage other people the same way those people engaged me and made me feel, or made us feel, so welcome and so part of the community from the time we moved here. And I see so many friends. Renee, it's so great to see you. I see so many friends that people I traveled to Israel with, people who I have done things with just because I met them at the temple. Cynthia, everyone's just been wonderful. And so, like Olivia said, when we sit in these membership meetings, when we come up with these amazing new ideas for how to do it in the crazy pandemic times we have now, it's very meaningful to us. Okay, so I'm going to start the reading for tonight. I'll read halfway and then Olivia's going to take over. For night 7, in antiquity and in some communities to this day, menorahs are placed on the outside of the home, mounted to an external wall by the front door. Naturally, the question is asked on which side of the door to place the Hanukkah menorah. A mezuzah is customarily on the right side. Thus, the Talmud states, the mezuzah is on the right side of the door and the Hanukkah lamp on the left. The mezuzah is a small scroll containing one chapter of the Torah. It represents the Torah with its clear, steady light guiding us throughout our life. On the other hand, the Hanukkah lamp is a lesser light, but gives us light in the darkness. We can compare this to a prince who ran away from the palace and was lost in the woods nearby. When night came, he was in total darkness and could not see where he was going at all. Fortunately, large torches were lit on the palace grounds each night. The light filtered through the forest, and the prince was able to find his way home. Once inside the palace gates, the prince enjoyed the steady light that streamed without pause. He thought, "It is far better to be here in the light than to find my way through the darkness."
Although we are very impressed with the light of the Hanukkah lamp, and that God gives us light even in the darkness of exile, still, we would rather have the steady light, the light of the Torah. Therefore, we place the Hanukkah lamp in the secondary option on the left side of the door. Hanukkah celebrates the miracle of the Maccabees' victory against the powerful Seleucid army of forces of Hellenization. Some say the holiday commemorates the miracle of one container of oil lasting 8 nights. Others say the holiday celebrates the miracle of surviving against external and internal forces, which could defeat our people and heritage. What does the word miracle mean to you? Have you ever experienced anything miraculous?
That's our question for tonight to take to our dining room tables. It's just a little bit of a short question, but with some weighty answers potentially. What does miracle mean to you, and how do you know miracle? And before we go to light, Olivia and Barbara, you're both sitting next to people. Can you introduce these fine individuals, please?
Oh, of course. So this is my husband, Scott.
Hello, everybody.
And this is my husband, Steve.
Great. Thank you for being with us. And Olivia and Barbara, thank you so much for what you're doing to help our community be engaged and find one another and continue to connect indeed in creative and different ways. Let's light our shamash and we can say our brachot together. Say the blessings. Once you are ready, we're gonna light the newest light first. Baruch atah Adonai Elohei Asher shanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim labotenu bayamim hahem b'hazman hazeh. Ma'osur Yeshuati L'chana el shabeach tikon betefilatim v'sham toda nezabeach Leitachin matbeach, mitzar hamnabeach, hazegmar bashir mizmor, Chanukat hamizbeach, hazegmar bashir mizmor, Chanukat hamizbeach. Rock of ages, let our song praise your saving power. You amid the raging foes were our sheltering tower. Furious they assailed us, but your arm availed us, and your word broke their sword when our own strength failed us. And your word broke their sword when our own strength failed us. Mi Yamalel is one of the songs on our song sheets. Mi Yamalel Gvurot Israelotan Mi Yimneh Hen Bechodor Yakum Agibor Goelam. Mi Yamalel Gvurot Israelotan Mi Yimneh Hen Bechodor Yakum Agibor Goelam. Shma Bayamim ha'em bazman hazeh, Maccabim Moshiach fodeh, U'v'yameinu kol am Yisrael, Yityahed yakum v'yigael. Who can retell the things that befell us? Who can count them? In every age a hero or sage came to our aid. Who can retell the things that befell us? Who can count them? In every age a hero or sage came to our aid. Hark! In days of yore in Israel's ancient land, brave Maccabeus led his faithful band. But now all Israel must as one arise, redeem itself through deed and sacrifice. Utsu Eitza Vetufar. Others may come along and scheme all kinds of plans against us, but they will not come to be. Ki Immanuel, because God is with us. Utsu Eitza Vetufar. Utsu Eitza Vetufar. Utsu Eitza Vetufar. Dabru davar bello yakum ki Immanuel. Utsu Eitza Vetufar. Dabru davar bello yakum ki Immanuel. Utsu Eitza Vetufar. Utsu Eitza Vetufar. Utsu Eitza Vetufar. Dabru davar bello yakum ki Immanuel. Utsu Eitza Vetufar. Dabru davar bello yakum ki Immanuel. Oh Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Sivivot to play with and latkes to eat. And while we are singing, the candles are burning low. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. Oy Hanukkah, Yom Tov Hashener, Alustiker, Freilecher, Neton, Nachvazoiner, alle Nachten Dreilach, Spielen wir, Zudig Hesselat, gesetzt ohne Schier, Geschwinder, sind Kinder, die dienen gelichte Lechton. Gott war die Nisim und kann ich tanzen in Kon. Singt alla Nisim, loi Gott war die Nisim und kann ich tanzen in Kon. Chag Urim Sameach. May it be a wonderful festival of lights that is filled with much joy. We've only got one night left. It's hard to believe how fast Hanukkah goes. We're taught in the Talmud that we add to the light each night. That there was a debate, the rabbis of old, do you put in 8 lights on the first night and then work your way down? Or do you go with 1 and then work your way up? Obviously, we know the custom is we add 1 each night. And there's a sense of building. Why? Hillel teaches us because we want to add in holiness. So what happens after the 8th candle? It's already tomorrow night. You don't get another menorah and make a 9th candle next. It's on us. So we take these readings that we've been doing, this flavor and the feel that we've had with each other, and we want to continue to increase the holiness and think of ways where we can bring light into this world, especially in this, both physically the darkest time of the year, but with all that's going on in our country right now in light of COVID. Where can we offer genuine, compassionate assistance as best we are able? May we enjoy these lights as they continue to rise and glow so beautifully. And tomorrow night we'll be back for our 8th night of Hanukkah and already be considering how can we bring more light post this holiday of great light and joy. Wish you all a Chag Sameach. You can unmute yourself to say Happy Hanukkah or a good night